There is a kind of power that does not shout. It does not argue. It does not prove itself. It does not chase people for explanations. It simply stays silent and walks away. There will be moments in your life when someone tries to provoke you. They will misunderstand you. They will judge you. They will criticize you. They may even say things about you that are completely untrue. And your first instinct will be to react, to defend yourself, to explain, to prove that they are wrong. But what if you didn't? What if, instead of reacting, you paused? What if, instead of explaining yourself to everyone, you simply smiled and continued walking? What if you finally understood that not every battle deserves your energy? Because here is a truth that can change your life. You don't have to attend every argument you are invited to. Some people don't want an explanation. They want a reaction. They don't want to understand you. They want to control your emotions. And the moment you realize that, you become free. A wise monk once walked through a village with his student. As they passed through the marketplace, a man suddenly began insulting the monk. He called him arrogant. He called him foolish. He questioned his teachings. The student became angry. He turned toward the man and said, "Master, aren't you going to answer him?" The monk continued walking. The student asked again, "Why are you saying nothing?" The monk stopped. He looked at his student and asked, "If someone gives you a gift and you refuse to accept it, who does the gift belong to?" The student replied, "The person who offered it." The monk smiled. Exactly. An insult is the same. If you refuse to accept it, it remains with the person who gave it. The student became silent, and that day he learned something more powerful than any argument. Silence is not weakness. Sometimes silence is mastery. You cannot control what people say about you, but you can control whether their words enter your mind. You cannot control someone's opinion of you, but you can control whether you allow that opinion to determine your worth. You cannot control whether someone misunderstands you, but you can control whether you spend hours trying to convince them. This is where emotional maturity begins. You stop asking, "How can I make everyone understand me?" And you start asking, "Does this person deserve access to my peace?" Because your peace is valuable. Your attention is valuable. Your energy is valuable. And you should stop giving these things away so easily. Stop reacting. Think about how many problems in life become bigger because of one unnecessary reaction. Someone sends you an angry message. You immediately respond. They respond again. You become more emotional. The conversation becomes an argument. The argument becomes resentment. And suddenly, something that could have ended in 30 seconds consumes your entire evening. Why? Because you reacted before you thought. A reaction is often emotional. A response is intentional. There is a difference. When someone provokes you, they are trying to pull you into their emotional state. They are angry. They want you angry. They are insecure. They want you defensive. They are unhappy. They want you disturbed. But you don't have to follow them there. You can pause, take a breath, step away, and ask yourself, "Is this worth my peace?" Most of the time, the answer is no. Remember this: the person who can control your emotions can control you. So don't hand them the remote control to your mind. Someone ignores you? Let them. Someone doesn't appreciate you? Let them. Someone misunderstands you? Let them. Someone talks behind your back? Let them. You don't need to chase every person who walks away. You don't need to correct every person who misunderstands you. You don't need to respond to every person who provokes you. Sometimes the strongest response is no response at all. When you stop reacting, you discover who was only interested in controlling your emotions. Silence becomes a mirror, and sometimes what it shows you is uncomfortable, but necessary. Not everything deserves your attention. Imagine you are walking through a beautiful forest. You hear birds. You feel the wind. You see sunlight moving through the trees. Then suddenly, you hear a mosquito. Would you stop your entire journey to chase it? Of course not. You would keep walking. But many people do exactly that with negativity. One negative comment ruins their entire day. One person's opinion destroys their confidence. One message makes them angry for hours. One criticism makes them question everything. Why give something so small such power? Your life is much bigger than one person's opinion. Your future is much bigger than one insult. Your purpose is much bigger than one disagreement. Stop allowing small things to occupy large spaces in your mind. Protect your attention. Because wherever your attention goes, your energy follows. And wherever your energy goes, your life grows. Learn the power of detachment. Detachment does not mean you don't care. It means you care without losing yourself. You can love someone without chasing them. You can forgive someone without inviting them back into your life. You can understand someone without accepting their behavior. You can wish someone well without walking beside them. And you can let go without hatred. This is emotional freedom. You stop trying to control outcomes. You stop forcing relationships. You stop begging people to choose you. You stop trying to convince people of your value. You simply become comfortable with the truth. What is meant for you will not require you to destroy your peace to keep it. If someone wants to leave, let them walk. If someone wants to misunderstand you, let them. If someone doesn't recognize your value, don't spend your life proving it. Your worth does not decrease because someone failed to recognize it. A diamond does not become worthless because someone prefers stone. Know your value and walk accordingly. But don't confuse silence with fear. There is something important you must understand. Never react does not mean allowing people to abuse you. Never explain does not mean staying silent when your safety, rights, or responsibilities require you to speak. And just ignore does not mean ignoring serious problems that need action. Wisdom is knowing the difference. Sometimes you should speak. Sometimes you should set a boundary. Sometimes you should walk away. Sometimes you should ask for help. Sometimes you should confront an issue calmly. The goal is not to become passive. The goal is to become intentional. Don't react emotionally. Respond intelligently. Don't argue to win. Speak when your words can create something meaningful. Don't explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you, but communicate clearly with people who genuinely care. That is strength. The 24-hour rule. Here is a simple practice you can begin today. When something triggers you, don't respond immediately. Give yourself time, an hour, a night, sometimes even a day. Let the emotions settle, because anger wants immediate action. Wisdom prefers patience. When you wait, you may realize, this isn't worth responding to. Or perhaps, I need to address this, but I can do it calmly. That small pause can completely change the outcome. Your first reaction is not always your wisest response. Give your mind time to catch up with your emotions. There will always be people who test your patience. They know exactly what to say. They know which subject will upset you. They know which insecurity to touch. And sometimes they do it intentionally. They are waiting for you to explode. Don't give them the satisfaction. Stay calm. Look at them. Breathe. And remember, I don't have to prove anything here. Your calmness will speak louder than your anger ever could. Imagine someone throwing a stone into a lake. The stone creates waves, but eventually the lake becomes still again. Be like that lake. Something may disturb your surface, but don't allow it to destroy your depth. When you stop chasing, life changes. There is a moment in life when you stop chasing. You stop chasing approval. You stop chasing attention. You stop chasing people. You stop chasing explanations. You stop chasing validation. and you begin chasing something far more valuable: your peace, your purpose, your growth, your future. That is when your life becomes lighter. You wake up without needing everyone to like you. You work without needing applause. You improve without announcing it. You become successful without telling everyone. You begin to understand that the loudest announcement of growth is not your words, it is your life. Let your results speak. Let your character speak. Let your consistency speak. Let your peace speak. One day, you will look back and realize how much energy you wasted trying to be understood by people who were never interested in understanding you. You will remember the arguments you didn't need, the explanations you didn't owe, the people you chased, the opinions you feared, and you will wish you had protected your peace sooner. So start today. When someone provokes you, pause. When someone misunderstands you, stay calm. When someone criticizes you, listen if there is something useful and release the rest. When someone walks away, let them walk. When someone tries to pull you into drama, step back. When you feel the urge to prove yourself, remember who you are. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to have the last word. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. You don't need everyone to like you. You don't need to explain your growth. Just grow, quietly, consistently, deeply. Become so focused on building your life that you no longer have time to defend it to people who are not living it. And remember this: silence is not surrender. Ignoring is not weakness. Walking away is not losing. Sometimes walking away is the greatest victory, because when you refuse to react, you take back your power. When you stop explaining, you protect your energy. When you stop chasing, you discover your worth. And when you choose peace over proving yourself, you become free. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, don't immediately react. Breathe. Pause. Observe. And ask yourself, is this worth my peace? If the answer is no, smile. Stay silent and keep walking. Because your life is too valuable to be spent fighting battles that were never meant to be yours. Let people talk. Let them assume. Let them judge. Let them misunderstand. You have a life to build, a mind to master, a soul to strengthen, a future to create. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Never react. Never explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Protect your peace. Keep moving forward, and let your life become the answer.